Pro dumpster diver back at it again. You know what you're looking at right now? Do you guys know what this is? This here, what you're looking at, is over 14,000 grams of solid necklace, gold filled and gold plated necklace that I end up having here. Like this, I have a massive amount right here going on. For those of you who can basically see this is insane. Now, I'm going to tell you where I got this and how I picked up these pieces, which were pretty cheap, combined with a few other things. So, for those of you who've been watching the channel, I got involved with gold and silver when it was about 1,200 an ounce, and I have been keeping it ever since. And I found this place. It was a liquidation store in Philadelphia. And I spoke to the lady there. I went there the first time. And they basically said, hey, we've got jewelry. It is $1 a piece. And I said, where'd you get it from? And they told me that they actually have this jewelry here, right? I'm going to show you this, for example. Jewelry like this that you see right now, okay? This little piece here, let me put it on a piece of paper for you. This little piece of jewelry here was actually in a kit, right? And they got it when it was $15 a piece. It was gold-plated women's jewelry, right? So I was able to pick up a couple pieces for just $1 a piece, which wasn't bad at all. And so I went back the second time, and they basically said, hey, we've got a sale going on. We've got to move the entire unit out. And I asked her, what are you talking about? And they said, we have to clear out the entire jewelry section. So since you came here last time, it's actually going to be 2 for $1. And I said, that's great. So I started looking at the markings and looking at what the packages say. A lot of the packages basically said 14 karat gold. A lot of it was gold plated. As you can see here, I'm going to move some of this stuff around right now as best as I can for you. Okay. It was all gold plated here. Okay. And so I picked it up. I spent about another $50. And they were like, yeah, we got some more. And I was like, all right, I'll tell you what. So I went there, paid $50, got a couple more pieces. And then I went back the third time, and they basically said, we thought you checked the other Gaylord. And I said, well, I didn't. They had another section in the back. And they said, if you want to come in today, you can take all the pieces of jewelry for 25 cents a piece or 4 for $1. At that point, I just splurged. I said, I'm going to go ahead and actually spend a lot of it. So I spent, and a lot of these pieces here that you actually see, it's just gold plated. Okay, that's all it is. This is gold plated jewelry. This is an actual men's necklace that you actually see here. That's gold plated. I can reverse electroplate this right now. I've got a video coming out with electroplating gold, which is absolutely beautiful. And it definitely is one of the best right now. Okay, so and getting that, I decided to actually check some of the stuff. So I took it to a jeweler, and what he did was he did a scratch test. So for those of you who know, you take the piece of jewelry, you take the liquid on the actual black rock that he actually has, and he scratches it, and he tell you, yeah, it's gold. Some of it is actually 10 karat gold. It was labeled 10 karat gold. Some of it is 14 karat, and I believe there were two, which are some of these snake necklaces. If I can pull this up, a lot of it is tangled. Some of these snake necklaces were actually 16 karat, which are definitely pretty good. So again, this used to be women's jewelry, men's jewelry that they used to sell at Target or Walmart, and I ended up picking it up right now, and it was all gold-plated jewelry. And I decided to look online to see what these would sell for. So for example, let's pull out a piece like this, okay? I'm going to pull a piece out like this and actually show you guys. You know what a snake necklace is? I want to make sure everyone understands it. These are snake necklaces. They call them snake necklaces because when you take them like this, you can actually move them up and down and it won't separate, okay? Those are what you call snake necklaces. Now, they're not very expensive. They're pretty affordable. The difference is a lot of people actually end up having them because, well, everybody can actually definitely recognize it, which is absolutely pretty good, okay? And I picked a lot of them up and I took the cases off of them and I decided to actually put them inside of an ice bucket. This here, for example, I wanted to pull this up here, right? It's a bit Yeah, untangling that. Something like this would basically cost someone $30. Okay, it'll go around the neck. You have the clasp here, which is actually connected, not broken. And this will actually be a thicker snake necklace. So I can take this here, you see this, and actually move it up and down. But it's still connected by a central piece. And the backing of this is copper, and it's basically plated gold. Okay, this is how it actually is. It's plated gold. All right. Now I have so much of this, as you can see, I have a massive amount. So I just went back a couple times more. They said for a dollar, and then I went back, and then the place basically closed. And I was like, "What's going on?" They said they moved to a new location, but they got rid of all the jewelry that was there. So another person basically cleaned me out. So there's another person running around right now who was able to get these gold-plated necklaces, 25 cents. It was amazing. Now, I'm looking at a lot of this here, as you guys can actually see. It's not marked. Again, it's just plated jewelry, but it is a massive amount that I have. So if I were to take all of this up and put this inside of the bucket, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to these in a bit. I have 6 cases of these, and these are what I actually store my gold in right now. I've got another vid of this one coming up, right? But this is it's beyond amazing right now, and I'm sharing this with you guys because a lot of you had questions. Where do you get gold scrap from? I tell you guys, you can actually get it from anywhere, but you want to get it for a good price. Okay, this is a massive amount of gold that I actually have here. Again, it's plated, some 10 karat, some 14 karat. I'm not going to argue with it, because if you can pick up gold that's 25 cents a piece, it's not bad. Like, look at this. You got the string attached to it, which is good. Pull this one apart. We've got a D here. So this would actually be a necklace that someone had with their initials on it, right? And then look, the clasp is actually still connected, which is beautiful. And you got a nice piece right here. It's actually a pretty big piece there. You got some fake diamonds on it and everything like that there, which is very, very good. So there is a massive amount of this that I have right now, and it's all gold plated. If I were to sell this, I couldn't even tell you what the price was, right? Because I definitely want to weigh this, and this is a large weight to actually do. And the difference is I want to go ahead and untangle it, but I would have to put all of it back inside of the case right now. So I'm going to weigh all of, like, look at this stuff. This is just thick. Like, look, let me change this up a bit like that. Like, look at this. This here is a huge piece, damn, of just gold plated necklaces that they were getting rid of. Like, look at this. All of this here, all of this is just necklaces, gold plated jewelry right now. Okay. Again, it's plated, it's not solid. Could I take these pieces and sell them? Absolutely. Look at this. This would be one of those, a different design of a Cuban link. Okay. Which definitely worked out. And the clasp is still attached to it. How you tell is you pull it. And if you have the ring there, look at this. The clasp is actually right here. Now, does this have markings on it? No. I'm not seeing any markings on this there. All the packages I took them from had markings on them, though. And they actually said, like, look at this. I'll give you an example. Look at this little piece right here. Boom. Right? A nice little piece, gold-plated necklace, right? Very nice. Again, you can usually pick these up for about $30, $20, depending on if you want to haggle a person there. Some of these other pieces here are just absolutely beautiful. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fix the tripod that I have here and actually set this up so you can actually see the absolute amount that I have here right now, which is insane. There is a lot of it that I have. I want to show you how thick this is, okay? I'm going to grab my fist full of this. That's how thick this is, right? For me, I'm excited because this here is technically retirement, okay? And for those of you saying, dude, how are you going to retire from that? One, I could actually just reverse electroplate all of this myself. Now, is that going to take a long time? Absolutely, that's going to take a long time. That would take a long time, okay? If I wanted to, like, look at this. You got a nice piece in here, pulling jewelry there. This is all just thick gold-plated jewelry, right? This other piece was a smaller Cuban link. You'd probably give it to a girl or something like that. another big Cuban like there's a lot of these. If I were to pull this out, 1, 2, 3. Damn, this stuff is it's huge. It's thick. And then I have some pieces in here that I have to unravel. But all I would have to do is hook this up to an alligator clip, okay, and put this inside of electricity there that I basically have inside of the shed. This is amazing. Look, this is retirement. Look at this one here. So we actually have a specialized snake chain. Now, obviously, this one here is definitely broken if you can see it. But this one is nice. Like if I wanted to take this to someone to actually do the repair, it would cost a bit of money. There we go. We got another chain right now. We got another snake type chain here. We have another. I'm just pulling this stuff out. Oh, this one. I think the clasp is good. I think the clasp on this is good. It's just a bit of untangling. That's it. But this is perfect right now. So I have a massive, like, look how heavy. Then there's another chain here to pull this bad boy out here. This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. This is why I basically do this. And I'm happy I got into it because I would have lost so much wealth if I hadn't actually moved into this. So what did I do? I actually took a lot of this and I sold some of it on eBay, right? So I spent maybe $300 on everything that I actually had. I put them in bags and I sold them on eBay and I made all of my money back, right? But I still have this. I didn't sell this. I sold some of the necklaces, the bracelets that I had, the earrings that were there. I put them on eBay and sold them and made a couple purchases. So that money, and I'm telling you guys how I did this, the money I spent on everything, I got paid back. So all of this that you see here, this thick glob of gold that people are fighting and killing themselves over right now on the planet, I have here in my hand, I could barely see my fingers here, or a massive amount. Okay, this is what you want to strive for. Reason why is that gold is always going to go up. Okay, we're always going to be building solar panels, we're always going to be involved in computers, and we're going to need more and more gold as we advance in AI. Why is that? AI is going to be made out of computer chips, and computer chips are going to need that gold. Elon Musk and Nvidia, you damn straight know what I'm talking about. There is a massive amount of gold plated necklaces here, and if I were to try to reverse electroplate all of this in one shot, it would take probably a month just to strain out all the additional gold out of it. Okay, I can't even tell you how much gold is in this. I know Sri Tips actually did a video recently showing reverse electroplating, which was amazing. And yeah, I started doing it yesterday and it's working. I use the gold flats. This is amazing, right? But I wanted to share this with you before you guys spend so much money on gold. See where you can get it cheaper. Look for liquidation places. Look for stores that actually sell rebated products. Like some of this was actually necklaces that were sold in Target and Walmart, and they ended up getting liquidated because people returned it. So if you can find jewelry liquidations, hit it up, man. If you can find other ones there, especially, you might be able to. What the hell is this? Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this? What are you? Whoa, okay. If you guys can find jewelry liquidations out there, you'll be pretty good. This is nice. This is a nice gold plated little piece. I will keep this. This is nice, right? Now the clasp is still attached, so we know it's not broken. So this could actually, like, I could unravel some of this, and if the clasps aren't broken, I could still sell them online. Understand something. If I were to sell all of these pieces in here, what would they amount up to? That's the question. Well, I bought each piece for about 25 cents. Okay. But then I gave the lady a bucket and I told her I just picked out the odds and ends. And she said, yeah, go ahead, take it. And she charged me a bulk price for, oh, that's another eBay notification, a bulk price for the scraps that I had there. And she just, and that's what I paid for. This is a massive amount. I probably spent about $300 on everything, and I made $400 selling all the other stuff. And this I'm going to keep. So all of this is basically free and clear. All of this here, this is all free that I got, okay? This is why I tell you guys to get involved with it. Because while I'm still having my job and I'm still teaching and I'm still at the roofing company, I have all of this here. This is why I do this. This is why I do this right now. Because if I wanted to sell this, the amount of money I get would be insane. I probably have sitting on this table maybe 3 ounces of gold, maybe more, right? Just basic. And here's the thing, to be honest, someone actually said it. You could actually just sell your stuff and make, if anything, $5 a piece and make a lot more. Like if I were to take this Cuban chain right here and I was like, hey, this is a gold plated chain, give me $5 for it, or give me $10. I might barter it down and they might say, I'll give you 7. And I was like, bro, take it as gold plated and I'll get $7 for it. You know how many necklaces I have here that are like, look at all of this. These are necklaces that still have a clasp. I could make probably thousands on this right now, right? If I have 500 working necklaces here and I were to sell them, like, all right, let's look at the example right now, right? If I were to take this necklace here and sell this, right? Double chain. I'd sell it for 15. To be honest, I probably wouldn't even have to work for a couple months if I were to really sell this. You know, I probably should sell it, pay off the credit card. I got like a $400 balance on it. And then boom, I'd be good to go. Like, this is a massive amount. All right, guys. Hey, listen, gold is going up, but people are still spending their money and they're still going into debt. So you might as well find a way out of it. Because this here is in case things happen, in case the economy breaks down, in case there's a medical emergency, I can immediately go to a jeweler and say, hey, I have all this gold-plated jewelry right here. You can sell it individually, but they'll tell me, no, they're just going to melt that shit down. And I was like, boom, melt that crap down. And I can actually go to New York and give this to someone, and they'll melt it into bars for me. And I'll just have little, like, half-pound bars of just gold-plated material. This is perfect. The amount of money I can make off of this is insane. And to think that I got all of this for about 25 cents because someone out there decided to buy it, return it, buy it, return it. Like the amount of, damn, this chain is long. Damn, this chain is long. Okay, so here is this chain here. That's a long ass chain, right? But look at this. Look at this. It's beautiful, man. Some of these chains are really nice. And again, they're still in the cases that I had. All right. So again, for all of you out there trying to get out of debt, get into gold and silver. All right. I don't even like talking about this because I want to buy up all of it I can. All right. Pro Dumpster Diver out.